Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a different video from our standard ones, and it is a community cast, which is a battle between the Sly and Sneaky Seal up against Croissantaubert from our last Death Before Dishonor. So this is the first battle from that tournament. If you want to see the rest of the tournament, there's 9 or 10 games in there. Just go back a couple of videos and you will find it. But some Muppet, no naming no names, left a screen blocker up when casting this game the first time, at least for most of the battle, so I thought we'd come back and recast it a second time. So let's get underway. So Sly and Sneaky Seal is of course going to be the Lizardmen here, one of his favourite factions, and for the front line he has gone for Majority Saurus Warriors, who are a very good pick. They can crush Marauders and do decent up against Chaos Warriors. In the back he does have 2 units of Temple Guard, including my favourite unit in this entire game, the Star Chamber Guardians, which is the regiment renowned Temple Guard, super tanky, durable, give the Guardian bonus, which if we check down here is a 15% physical resistance to Lords and Heroes, which is huge, and overall a very good anti-large and anti-infantry unit. Now for his leadership, he does have the big fat boy himself, the Lovecraftian beast, Lord Mazdamundi, up on top of Zlak right here, with his 2 little skink homies just alongside him. So he has brought quite a heavy kit with him. He's got his own Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, Apotheosis for that nice healing, Curse of Midnight Wind, which I think is a very good spell, and Net of Amantok, which of course has a ton of utility. Babysitting him today is going to be a Feral Carnosaur. I like this pick. I tend to do this myself if I have a big heavy lord like this. Just have a little Feral Carnosaur for that massive anti-armor and anti-large damage to protect him. Now he does also have a little bit of a range call today. So up in the sky he does have a Skink Chief who's just going to be a pain, and 2 Pterodon Riders in the back. So we'll see how they do against the quite tough armour of the Chaos. Now for Croissant's list, as we can see on either flank, he does have some Chaos Warhounds with poison, and they're going to be escorted by some Chaos Knights with Lancers. I love this pick in particular. Bodyguarding these guys just really helps them out, stops them getting picked off by Cav very easily. Now for the front line, he has gone for a mixture of Chaos Warriors, Chaos Marauders, and in the middle, the regiment around Chaos Warriors, the Mirror Guard. These guys do very good against Saurus Warriors, and the Chaos Warriors won't do too bad. The Marauders might have a little bit more of a tricky time. Now for his leadership, he has gone for a Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. Looks like he's bought Plague of Rust and Final Transmutation. Let's just double check those. Yep, there you go, both of those. So minus 30 armor and of course that big damage. Now for his leadership, he has gone for the man, the myth, the legend, the all-round top geezer, Kolek Sunnito. Of all his little buffs there, and he's an absolute warrior. He'll put a hurting on Mazdamundi for sure if he can get in there and avoid those Temple Guard. Now on the flank, he does have 2 units of the Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. These guys are going to be pivotal in trying to take down Mazdamundi and that Carnosaur, and they are protected by some Marauder Horsemen, just the basic variety. So let's get this battle underway. So both lines are about to engage, charging headlong forwards. I can see there's some early skirmish coming on from the Pterodon Riders. Put a little bit of damage onto that Chaos Sorcerer, but he's got a lot of armor, so he's not taking too much in return so far. As we can see, the front lines are about to underway. Lord Mazdamundi is running in to help assist these Saurus Warriors, who will struggle up against Mirror Guard with the help of big old Slack here. As you can see, he is flinging warriors left, right and centre. He should do fairly decent. Now there's a Shield of the Old Ones being popped down to help out, and a mass overload on the flank here with Marauder Horsemen coming in, throwing some axes, trying to get some rear damage on these Saurus Warriors. But a fantastic play by Mazdamundi. What great cast. Coming in with a Net of Amantok, capturing all 3 of these units here. And these Star Chamber Guardians are coming in. Somehow these hounds break free, even with the net around them, but they do run straight back in, and the net kind of carries on. And a big banishment coming down. We have the Carnosaur, we have Mazdamundi, we have the Temple Guard running on these 3 units. And as you can see, they've been taken offline already, and that is a massive blow. These guys are hugely pivotal in taking down these big monsters. Great banishment there, and as we can see, Mazdamundi already up to 23 kills. Now in the main line, we can see some Chaos Warriors have been isolated on the top there, but Kolek's coming in to help. And the rest of the line is a bit of give and take on both sides. Mirror Guard are winning their matchup, whereas the Marauders are losing theirs. And over here, great play by Croissant, dropping the Plague of Rust at extended period plus minus 60 armor, then came crashing with the Chaos Knights. And against this unit, which is so very good against anti-large, they take huge losses, and then the Chaos Knights simply turn around and get a lovely rear attack into the Saurus Warriors here. So front line's going a bit hit and miss for both players. But as we can see, the Chaos Sorcerer is in trouble. Lord Mazdamundi has found him. He is going to be hunting him down. Kolek's trying his best to get some rear attacks on Mazdamundi, but in return he is getting smacked in behind and snapped at by this Feral Carnosaur. We do have the constant harass of the Pterodon Riders, who don't have many kills, but they've been doing a little bit of damage as the battle has gone on. And of course, these guys do poison, so the Skink Chief is slowing this guy down with his poison attacks, allowing Mazdamundi to catch him. As we can see, Kolek is running for the hills now. Star Chamber Guardians are very healthy, and they do have a hero duo here chasing down Kolek. but they could probably turn and finish off this Chaos Saurus. So although Kolek is being slowed down by the poison once again by the Skink Chief, allowing these guys to catch him, and it looked like they do start to make him rout off the field. Now in the front line, the Chaos seem to have the better of it on this flank at least, but we do have these returning Temple Guard coming back into the fray, and Mazdamundi, who does drop a very nice shield of the old ones down there, giving that 22% damage resistance. Now over on the flank, we do have some more Chaos Knights attempting to charge in, but if they stay in this fight too long, Star Chamber Guardians will drag them down rather quickly, and the Chaos Marauders don't stand too much chance. Now the Pterodons were chasing down these Marauded Horsemen with throwing axes, but unfortunately he did give up the chase, and they are running back now to get in here and do some decent damage. Pterodon Riders here, just escorting the Chaos Sorcerer off the field. Very good play by the sly and sneaky Seal here. Just forcing him off. You don't want him coming back and casting spells. And over here, Kolek does pop Foe Seek in order to attempt to escape this Carnosaur, but with the poison, he stands no chance. In comes the big old Dino, giving a good old smack and tail whip there. And it looks like Kolek is going to be running for the hills, and I can't see him coming back. A massive chunk of health just gone there, and there's no way he's going to be returning back to the fray. We do have some Chaos Warhounds trying to pick off some Saurus Warriors where they can, and both armies are pretty beat up right now. The advantage goes to the Lizardmen though, as they have a very healthy Mazdamundi and Star Chamber Guardians still left floating around. Whereas the Chaos, they have this pocket of strength right here, but it does look like another Banishment is going to come down, which could cause huge damage here to these Chaos Knights with Lances and Mirror Guard. And as you can see, it is tearing up fools. Not doing too much damage, but I know it's a decent amount of damage. The Chaos Knights do charge in to try and finish off these Saurus, but in return, again, smacked by that Banishment pretty bad. We do have some returning Chaos Warhounds, and let's see, where is Kolek? Looks like Kolek has completely gone off the field now. A lot of his forces are shattering, army losses setting in, and that is a Pyrrhic victory for the sly and sneaky Seal. So let's go to the end stats here. So well played to both of these guys. They're both competitors in the Death Before Dishonor. Croissant playing beforehand in the one of the original Death Before Dishonors, I think number 2, and returning this one. But this is merely the first game of a best of 3. So if you guys do want to see who ended up winning this matchup and winning the tournament overall, just go back probably about 2 videos and you should be able to find it. It's up there. It's a big old stream. You should have about 10 battles in there. It also features Worshia and Consul of Rome. So overall, like the armies from both players, really like this Lizardman army in particular. Using the Carnosaur to defend Mazdamundi is a really good pick, and Mazdamundi is someone I don't use terribly often, but I wish I did. I probably need to use him a little bit more, and of course I always have to root for a force which uses the Star Chamber Guardians. However, Croissant did some great work, especially with these Knights getting 94 kills. I love the play of the Plague of Rust on top of these Temp Guard, smacking them about, making them pretty useless at that point, using the Hound and the Knights to do damage, and then returning back to the main fray and really messing up some of these Saurus Warriors. So great game by both these guys, and I hope you go check out the other video. If you enjoyed this one, please do leave a like and subscribe and all that kind of, fun YouTube good stuff. Apart from that, guys, in the meantime, stay awesome, and I'll see you next time.